Hello, all of you. I hope all of you are having a great day or morning or night, depending on where you are. So I want to first reach out to all of you beautiful souls out there. Yes, you and you. Yeah, I see you. And yeah, all of you are very beautiful. Now, you might think when you look in the mirror that you're not beautiful. That's a lie that you've been told to yourself. And that you have to work on that to let you know that you are beautiful, there's beauty on the outside, that people have, and then there's beauty within, so you have to try to really work on the beauty within, so that way the outside, when you work on yourself in the inside, people are not really worried about what you look like on the outside. You might see yourself as being ugly or whatever, but what's the heart? Where I've met people out in my community where they have a beautiful heart. And, I have never, in the beginning when I started, I have to say, when I started at, when I was very young, like 16, or we'll just say there, is, I didn't know any better, and I was looking on the outward appearance when it came to, looking for a boyfriend. And, so in the beginning, I learned some very valuable lessons, and I learned that, hey, just because he looks good on the outside, doesn't mean that's what he looks like in the inside. And I didn't know that there was a difference of the inside and outside at that age, so I learned really quick, where horrible things happen, and I was looking on the outward appearance. I was judging what they look like, and I found out, wow, what a blank hole. So just because somebody looks really nice or beautiful or cute or handsome on the outside, that could be a mask, that they are covering the, show you really what they are on the inside. And then there's some people you might think that they're not that attractive looking, and, they could have the most beautifulest heart. I did hear a beautiful story not too long ago about something like that the other day on the radio. It was about a guy who was judging people on the outside appearance, but he ended up really falling for a lady, and maybe she's a little heavy, but he was getting to know her, and now his way of thinking, and he even admitted that he was not that great to look at himself, where that happens a lot, where some people that they have a lot to work on in their heart space, but then they see a beautiful girl or handsome man and they desire to be with them because of their outward appearance, and but they really need to work on themselves, to be able to get that person, there's a lot of things that we can work on. So anyway, I do want to reach out to all of you and say hello. I hope you're taking good care of yourself. I really do. And it's a battle every day, where you got to make sure, you get plenty of sleep, but not too much, go to bed early enough. If you're waking up too late, maybe it's your body telling that you need to go to bed early, like I have to, if I go to bed too late, then it causes me to, even if I set my alarm clock, now I set my alarm clock not for 4 anymore, because I don't have to go to work anymore in the mornings, where I was struggling waking up at 4 o'clock trying to do my dream study and doing everything I could. I just didn't have enough time to manifest what I wanted at that time with trying to do 2 jobs. So now I don't wake up at 4 o'clock anymore. So now I set my alarm clock. It's kind of funny. I set it for 5 o'clock, hoping that I can get out of bed at 7. It is weird because if I set it for 7 o'clock, then I'm not going to get up until who knows when. So I'm trying to trick my brain into getting up, at 5 o'clock. And, where I'm like, well, it's still dark out in my room. So anyway, today, before I get going on the video, is you can like my videos and you could share them And you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel. All of that is absolutely free. You don't have to ask permission to share anything. You know, sometimes on Facebook they have where you could share something that somebody else had, you know, where, you know, some people might want to ask permission before they share what they put out, like a, you know, like some kind of thing that they have on their Facebook, you know, page, you know, so you don't have to ask permission. So today, you really can't notice, there it is. It's a heart on my shirt, which the light is so bright you really can't tell that there's one there until I back up. But anyway, I want to talk to you about love. And you know, I have been naughty. You know, I'm going to talk a little bit about confession here, confession time. You know, I have to confess some things. So anyway, there are times that you know, in life, you know, like maybe you feel like you were a bad boy or a bad girl, like right now. I don't feel like that right now, but it's something that I did last week, you know, and I'm like, hey, you know, I'm human, you know, so it's confession time. Do you ever do that with your loved one, you know, like confess them things? You're like, hey, you didn't know this, or maybe you did, you know, like, never know these days, you know, there's spies everywhere. You know, I say that. I shouldn't really say that, but, you know, with technology, you know, like, that's why I put that video about, are you being spied on, is that, you know, like, you know, there's so many ways we are, depending on, like, maybe, you know, like how you have your devices, you know, your flat screen or your, you know, like a laptop, you know, like I have, on my laptop, even though I have a webcam on my laptop, I also have a camera in my laptop. So, you know, and they have so many different things with speakers, you know, that can hear you, you know, say different things like Alexa, you know, where those are spying devices, whether you knew that or not. You know, my dad found out Alexa was eavesdropping on their conversations, you know, and I've had a couple of times where my flat screen TV was spying on me, the first time at my daughter's house, you know, and then at my own place, you know. It is weird how all this happens. And, you know, besides we got the cameras out in public all over the place, you know, when they came out, I was so upset. I did a lot of funky stuff in front of those cameras, like, they didn't arrest me or anything like that. I'm still here. I didn't get thrown in jail, but you do have to be careful, you know, what you do in front of some of those cameras. Never know. Whoop, whoop. Somebody might pick you up. So anyway, besides, you know, like being watched, you know, and having devices, you know, that they make new devices, you know, with all, you know, toys these days, you know, little robots, you know, that, you know, you could, if you're telling it to do something and it hears you say it, then to me those are little spies too, because, you know, that little robot heard you give a command like go around in a circle. It heard you say go around in a circle, because then it's like, okay, I'll go around in a circle. You know, it might say go forward, you know, and it hears you. Oh, okay, go forward. So, you know, in your phone, you know, like if you got a smartphone and you talk into it, you know, those are ways that they can eavesdrop on everything. And it's amazing. I was doing my taxes a week ago, and, you know, then I decided, hey, after I was on my computer for a couple hours trying to get the math. I'm horrible with math. Math is not my, you know, like math is just, whew. I have to say that math is not my strength, you know. I've always struggled with math. So I was struggling with my taxes, with my math, and when I got off, you know, like doing my, I thought I completed it, but I didn't complete my taxes. And so it is kind of weird how, you know, like I decided to watch a video on one of the guys that do my tarot card reading, and he had a message in there for me. It was kind of weird. how the universe does this, and when it went to a commercial on that video that I was watching, very interesting, it was a commercial on the same tax form that I was working on. I'm like, how did that happen? It's not like I said anything in my apartment that I was doing it. I was doing my taxes on my laptop. I never had a commercial about taxes on YouTube until the very night I started doing my taxes, and it's the same app, a free taxing form to fill out to get your taxes done, and it's the same name that I use to get my taxes done. And I couldn't believe how the universe, like I don't know how this works, how how is it possible? How long was that video out on my flat screen TV with tarot card reading? And then for it to have an ad in between that had my tax app on there, so it is strange how you are being spied on in life. But anyway, I know I'm getting a little off track, but the real reason why I'm here is to talk to you about love. And like I said in the beginning, like, you are beautiful souls, and I love all of you. And that we have to, and this is where I was kind of going with this, is confession moment, is I am learning still that I got some old sin nature in me, naughty things that I used to do with my older version of me, Kathy Dingman. Kathy Dingman, you got to check her out. Sometimes she does some naughty things, and where now I'm trying to be my greatest version of myself, where I was doing something naughty, and it is amazing how the universe is like, hey, what are you doing? And the universe is like, what are you doing? And I really didn't realize that the universe was really getting my attention, and it's amazing how the universe works, where you could be doing something naughty, and you might not even be aware. It might be such a habit that you're not even aware of what you're doing naughty. And I can't even tell you because, it's a secret. Shh. So it's amazing how even when I listen to the tarot card reading guy, the universe used him. He's a goofy character, and I love him just because he is goofy. I love people that can be goofy, but at the same time, he's got some wisdom with him too, so I love him. I love his personality. He gets me cracking up. But, the universe gave me a message through tarot card reading, so I used to think this before when I was younger, tarot card reading, I had my fortune read, that those people were way off, and I didn't realize they were really off, with what they said about my future, because they weren't tapped with the universe. So tarot card reading, as long as those people are with the universe, you can get a lot of help from them. So I do. I have a few men. It's, mainly, men. I did have a lady before, but I don't know what happened with her. So I stopped doing the tarot card reading with her a long while back. So it is interesting how the universe can really get your attention in so many different ways. Like, I see what you're doing. You want to be your greatest version, right? Yeah. Well, why are you doing that? The universe sees what you're doing, and if you want to be your greatest version, there's things that you got to let go in life. You can't do the things, those naughty things you did back there, Kathy. Can't do those anymore, so I have to start with the confession part first, because I'm getting to the part about loving yourself. is, and then there was another thing I did, ooh, I got an itchy nose. My mother would say, yeah, if you got an itchy nose, spit on your hand, wipe it on your butt, and money will come in. All right, we're waiting. I am abundant. Yeah, that my bank account is overflowing with money right now. So anyway, I had to do that really quick. So there was another naughty thing that, was it Kathy or Starlight? It was Kathy again. I got to blame Kathy again. Kathy gave up something and decided, hey, I gave it up because of somebody else wanted me to give it up. And I feel like I'm being controlled. So I'm gonna do it again. And because I believe, I have the right to do that. And if I want to do that, and maybe somebody else doesn't want me to do that, I'm gonna, because then I feel like they're controlling my life if I just, it was a battle in my mind. I'm like, it was something I missed, something I enjoyed, and I said, I'm gonna take control of my life, and I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm just gonna go back and do that. Confession time. And then it's the funny thing is that, once I got to do what I thought that I wanted to do, even though somebody said, no, I don't want you doing that. And I'm like, okay, I stopped doing it for a long time, and then I decided that, to be honest with you on that whole note there is I'm like, well, I'm not with them right now, it's something I could take or leave, at any given moment, and I did prove that before, but I decided that I'm gonna decide to do it again on my own without anybody controlling what I can or cannot do. Confession time. And then, the funny thing is when I decided that I was ready to do this thing, I did it. And then now I got an itchy nose again. I got lots of money coming in here. Lots of money flowing in here. I'm abundant. I am rich. I am a millionaire. Anyway, I'm being funny. Not really, but I am rich and I am abundant. So, it is weird how things happen. Sometimes you might think that you missed something that you used to do, throughout your life. And then you get it all set up, you get what you want that you thought you wanted. Man, I do. And lots of money flowing. And then you realize, you know what? I can't do this. I really thought I wanted to do this. I thought it would help me out, as far as my spiritual journey goes, and then, sadly to say, now I got an itchy ear. I just got done cleaning up. I don't know why I'm itchy. What does an itchy ear mean anyway? So yeah, confession time is that I tried something all over again on my own without anybody telling me what I can or cannot do. And then, would you believe it, is that I realized I don't want it anymore. I don't. I did give it up, almost a year ago. And I did. I tried, and I said, you know what? This is not helping me like I was hoping. I was hoping, a lot of things with this. It was my old self thinking this way. And so now, I realize that it's not serving me like I thought. And it's something that you really have to be responsible when doing it. There's a time to do it and a time not to. And I decided that I have to let go of it, on my own. And I feel so much better now. I had to figure this out on my own. So all this time I've been doing everything that somebody else wants me to do, and I discovered it all on my own is that I now want to give it up because I want to give it up. I realized even the other things that I used to enjoy doing with this thing is I realized that I don't need those either, because they kind of are hand in hand, with each other. And I was surprised. I was wrong. And, I am that type of person that if I am wrong, I will admit I was wrong. And that's why I wanted to make this video today is not just to confess my flaws to you. There was a third thing. Now I got to figure out what was that third thing. So I got two down. Oh, money's coming. So it's so itchy. So anyway, yesterday, I really discovered a lot. The universe has been really working on me. The one thing is a big no-no, and the other one is, it's would have been okay that I did it, but I realize it's going to take a lot of my time and energy that I need to do what I'm doing right here. So I really, other things is about eating, like what I should eat or, like what I shouldn't eat, and before you shouldn't do this, shouldn't do that about eating. And then I find out, oh, they were wrong, where, oops, like that happens, where now they realize that, like everybody's diet is different, we're all uniquely different, so I gotta look, there's things with my food that I miss, like, my fish. My digestive system really did very well. I could have, like the beef was no problem to let go. So now I gotta find out with my family, like online to find out what kind of food did they eat, what was good for them, what didn't work out for them, and because I loved seafood and I didn't feel like they were being, like people do fish a lot and to make money and stuff like that, but it's like that it's not like they're getting abused, they're really I mean, like I've cut some fish open in my life, to eat, like I believe in not wasting what you get, where when it came to fishing, people, maybe you're only supposed to catch so many fish and certain type of fish at certain times of the year, where people were abusing that system and, like where they had a lot more fish on their boat than the NCON people that would come, and check your boat out. And that's a scary time when you see their flags on their boat and they're coming near your boat and, you might have more than you're supposed to, and they will come on your boat and check out your coolers. They might talk to you and just see if, your body language is, if you look nervous and, they have every right if they want to jump on your boat and check out what you got. Some people have their fish on the outside of their boat when they're at least staying still. You don't want to have that when you're going flying on the ocean somewhere. So I did my confession today. So and I feel a whole lot better, and that's where I want to say is like if you make a wrong choice like last week like I did, like that's behind there, right? Is that now I got to forgive myself. I thought I was doing the right thing when I did it. I thought, hey, this person is controlling me, telling me not to do that. And I was doing it for, I was doing it for all the wrong reasons. And I realized I have to, when it comes to quitting things, I got to be the one that's ready to quit those things on my terms, where what if, like, there's people that love smoking cigarettes, maybe, like with me, I desire to be with somebody that doesn't smoke cigarettes, where that's an absolutely no way would I, I want to be with somebody, I desire to be with somebody. I got to focus on what I want, So I do. I really care a lot about all of you. And, like with cigarette smoking, it's not good for your health, and I've seen people where they smoked it their whole life. And, here I'm only like maybe 6 years younger than them. And I'm like, wow, you're 6 years older than me. I knew what you looked like when you were like, like 20s. And now I look at you and I'm like, what happened? Where I get guys that want me, desire to be with me. They're the ages of my kids, where, I attract young kids, some of them were so young that, they decided to ask about my daughter. And I'm like, wow, I guess you're kind of, like, yeah, surprise. So anyway, you have to forgive yourself, like for what you did, like I am letting go today of what I did last week. And, like things that I did yesterday, things didn't go the way I was planning, because I was trying to hang on to something that it wasn't serving me. And then I got right with that with the universe today. And I'm like, hey, I talked to the universe before I even decided. Universe, I don't know. Should I do this thing or should I not? I mean, is this a bad thing that I'm going to do? Or, like I need to know on my own, like if this is a good thing or not, because sometimes people may never try something and they're the ones telling you not to do it. And it's like, well, they're only knowing about it because they heard something about it. So I didn't want to go by what they were saying. I really thought I was going to get a lot of help from what I was doing. And it backfired on me. I did get some help. I got, the universe was able to show me definitely things, so you got to be light on yourself and love yourself. And, I do understand that there's some people out there that are really, really trying to work on themselves. And then you got other people that are working on themselves also. I definitely believe in levels here. Somebody said that they didn't believe that we're all different. I definitely believe we're at different growing levels. So forgive me on any video that I make that you might say, you could easily point fingers at my videos because I'm in the growing stage right now. So, and that's why I don't really care about what people say about my videos, is because I'm growing. I'm in the middle of this and that and shifting to another higher, like a higher self. And, so that's where we all are, like you might be at a higher level of spirituality. Good for you. Don't beat me down because of where I am. I do need to grow and I want to grow, but, I'm not competing with you or anybody. I don't go on YouTube videos and say, I want to be like this person. There's people I admire that are on YouTube videos, but I don't want to be like them. I might use some of their stuff, but a lot of times I give credit to those people. I'm like, hey, check this person out, this person is helping me, so I don't take all the credit for what I'm learning. I send people to the person that helped me out, so and now I realize that I got to let go of what I did last week and the guilt that I felt. Like, I was beating myself up over these things, where the universe is, hey, Kathy, Starlight, Kathy, whoever, but, the universe did get my attention. I was ready to, all I had to do is just push one button. That's all. That is how close, the universe stopped me, before I did a big no-no, and I can't even share it with you, but the universe did stop me right in my tracks, and I thank the universe. It's not me, it's definitely, I give a lot of credit to somebody else, and sometimes I definitely overdo it. And I realize it's really, the universe is using that person to help other people out. So we all have to keep ourselves kind of tame down, realizing that really, where do we get our stuff from? The universe helps us. So I got to give credit where due. The universe helps me out. And you might be able to see things on my videos that you don't agree with, and that's okay. It just means that you might be at a higher level of growth than I am. It might have been something that you might have thought a long time ago, where I'm just learning this now, where later on I might be learning it now, where later on I could be like, hey, what I did a long time ago, it has nothing to do with who I am now. So don't want to be hard on yourself, like as long as you're working on yourself every day and trying to be the best version as you can, it's not going to happen overnight. It's a day to day, minute by minute, all of it counts, You might have did something 5 minutes ago that you're like, that's not good, and now I don't want to do that again, so you don't want to beat yourself up, and you don't want to be hard on other people. If you see that, hey, I'm look at me, I'm way up here, that could easily change, like you might think you're way up here, but splat, it could drop you down. It doesn't take much for people to fall on their face. I've seen pastors, fall flat on their faces because people were encouraging them and inspiring them way too much, and it went to their head, and they got so prideful and stuff, and then they didn't even give credit to where credit was due, like, where they took all that credit on themselves. They kind of put God into the closet somewhere, and didn't give God or the universe credit for the information, where they got all puffy and prideful, so I am sorry, where I have put some people on a pedestal, and I know I'm not supposed to do that, and my love was so strong, and it still is, that they and then I realized, what, they make mistakes just like me, where at one point I couldn't see it, but now I do. I see that, you're just as human as I am, you're no better than me, I'm no better than you, so that's how this is that nobody is better than you, and if you put yourself in that place thinking, you know so much better than me and all that stuff, is that really you need to not focus on them, is to focus on yourself. See where were you way back then, where were you a year ago? Have you grown? Who's helping you to grow? The universe uses people so we can grow. So I got to thank the universe and the angels for anything. Believe me, I'm always asking them for help every day. I'm like, hey, and the universe also doesn't just want you to just go to the universe and just say, hey, can you help me out here? Hey, like I need help. Because that's, like I have a heart-to-heart moment, and I did this morning. When I do wrong, I apologize to the universe, and I explain why I did what I did. Why did I do that? There's some, like old patterns that I did, like for a long time, that the universe snapped me out of it. Don't do that anymore. You're becoming a greater version of yourself. You can't have that in your life. You can't have that. You got to let that go, or, you're going to goof everything up. And I don't want to goof things up. I want to focus on what the universe wants. And I want to become my greatest version of myself. So I do. I want to listen to myself and not worry about what other people think in my life. They can guide me, but it's really up to me what I choose and decide to do, and hey, you know what? They could be right on what they're saying, and let me find out, and hey, give me the information. I do need it, but then I need to find out on my own, is this right for me or not? Can I have this in my life, or is it a stumbling block? Is it something that's going to trip me up? And I'm very grateful for those people that are out on YouTube that are spreading wisdom. And I gotta, I understand that you're not perfect. A lot of us, claim that we're doing everything in the, the perfect, and that's why have to say there's times I purposely make mistakes on YouTube videos so I don't, I have to do that sometimes, purposely make mistakes, because I do care about what people, how it's going to affect people in some way, but I really don't care what people think anymore of what I am doing right or wrong, because I'm growing. It's a part of growing. I gotta forgive myself and say, hey, you know what, maybe the video wasn't perfect, but I gotta let go and say, hey, I'm not gonna beat myself up over it. I'm not gonna sit there and think about that all day long. Maybe I said something a little off or whatever, and it's just a part of growing. So for all of you, you just have to, maybe you did something wrong in a relationship, and apologize for what you did, and just to see that that you're not perfect, and don't try to compete with other people, really. Just try to be the better version of yourself that you were yesterday, and don't beat yourself up for what you did yesterday or last week like I did, really. And I felt guilty. I thought, this person's going to hate me, because I did something they told me not to do, but I felt like I had every right to, take control of my own life and decide, is this what I want? Maybe I want this in my life. Maybe they don't want that in their life. Can I live without this in my life? And I decided, yes, I can live without that in my life. It's a stumbling block. It really is. It's a time waster and an energy, like a waster, even though it could have some good things about it. It just really, in my life right now, I really don't need it. And so there might be things in your life like alcohol. You might enjoy your alcohol. How is that helping you out? You might have to let your alcohol go. I did. That was I like the taste of wine, but it was a hand in hand. It's almost like people that smoke cigarettes. A lot of times they like to drink beer with their cigarettes, where it can actually pull in other habits that you don't want, So I want you to love yourself and forget about what you did yesterday that didn't go. Like, I gotta forgive myself about yesterday, what I did or what I didn't do. Maybe there was something I was supposed to do that I didn't do. So I gotta let go of that, and not to let people beat me up over, not being perfect. Like I do a good job on my own, thank you. I really do. So I don't need anybody to beat myself up with, because I do. I'm a work in progress here. I am growing, and as I grow and mature, then I can help you out. But if if you resonate to these videos, then it's meant for you. But if you don't resonate, these videos are not for everybody. You might be at a higher level of spirituality than me. And that's why I bring out a special deep diver out there all over, where, I need to stop putting people on a pedestal, I don't want to damage them and cause them to be a certain way because of that, so we want to give thanks to those people, but have balance, because anybody could fall at any moment, in time, and depending on what you do throughout your life. So you want to let go of what you did yesterday and just say, today's a new day. I'm going to let go of that stuff yesterday, and I'm going to focus on, I did get some input. I got another list of goals. See, what happened is all my goals, I did all my goals that I had on my list. Now I got to do another list of new goals to work on, and that's what I got to keep on doing. Is now I got them right here. Things to do. I got them all here. Things to do. Yep, so now you're going to go back and read all those things. I don't care. I'm like, they're all good stuff to work on. So anyway, I had to prove it. I'm like looking down here. I'm like, yeah, I got the things to do right here to work on. So I got things to do. And I do thank that beautiful deep diver out there. You've really helped me out a lot, and I really thank you. And I do thank the universe for bringing you to me in my life, because the universe definitely guided me to you, so I can get this kind of help that I get every day. I could cry. So anyway, I do love all of you, and you want to forget about the past, and I'm working on this every day. I'm gonna have to cut more stars out and have more notes. Before you know it, my landlord's gonna come in here, or somebody's gonna come in here, and they'll be like, wow, there's lots of stars, in here with different things that help me out. And you might have to do something similar. Mainly it's all stars in here. I don't really I do have a lot of hearts, but it helps me every day to reprogram myself to stay out of the past. Anyway, I love all of you, and I'm so sorry this is a long video. And you can like this video, share it, subscribe, leave a message down below. And I did recently receive a message on a YouTube video, and I thank you. I see that you didn't run away. That says a lot to me right there, so I appreciate you reaching out. And anyway, if you want to get in touch with me, you can on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook at Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. I love all of you, and I'm so sorry. I have a huge heart, and if somebody couldn't see that, then they are blind. So I don't really care what people think about that part, because I have, my heart is a little too huge at times. So anyway, I do love all of you, and don't be hard on yourself. Today is a new day, or in some cases tomorrow could be your new day. We just had the full moon, so a lot of goodies are happening. I'm so waiting right now to watch some videos. I haven't watched them yet, so thank you all for taking the time to watch this video, and I do love you. This is Starlight. Love and light. Peace.